Hello all. Today is, I don't know how I'm going to number it on the title, but day one of solo travel. And I am fully set up for the evening. I went and processed a bunch of firewood. That's what's left right now. I'm about to settle in for the night, do more of my blanket knitting, and hang out and have a good time. So today was a little bit lonely, but I managed. I feel a lot better. Rather than cooking on my camp stove as I've been doing, I decided to cook on the campfire, which was really, it's hard to explain, healing in a way. Healing and reassuring, I would say. I was going based off of necessity and stealth camping, and just a lot of times finding what would work and what worked with the people around me. So, true overkill. Uh, Sorry if that's any kind of jab at you or anything, but I am honestly enjoying my day one of solo. Uh, Technically, I suppose it's day 3 total on this trip. I was thinking about that earlier. It's amazing how I've spent a month in Canada and almost all of it has been in company with somebody else. I'd say day 3 or 4 total of honest to goodness solo. So I decided to treat myself and go back more to what I've done in the past, which is have my camp stove available if needed, but try primarily to cook on the campfire. And I have to say, tonight's dinner was a win. I I did kind of a weird combination. It was fried spam, rehydrated hash browns, madras lentils, and manchego cheese, which, by the way, is weirdly good. And I don't know if it's because it's cooked over campfire or what the deal is, but yeah, it was real yummy. I ended up going to Chasm Provincial Park, I want to say, and took a look at what they advertised on the road as a tourist attraction with one of the signs where it's got like binoculars or a camera and people like looking out into whatever thing. The chasm is pretty great. While I was hanging out in the area, I happened to notice a site right next to the Outlook that would be okay for sleeping overnight, but decided to continue on because there was a dirt road uh, within visual distance. So I went and checked that out, and I was a little disheartened because it ran along train tracks for a long time, and you never know with train tracks. I have very little experience with them. Alaska only has so many trains after all. So I decided to roll the dice and went down the road. It was exactly what I've been seeing for British Columbia. I wasn't really sure that I'd find anything good because of the terrain. I believe it or not, I am actually more in desert country right now. It's arid, it's hilly desert, it's higher up, but it's desert-ish. This happens to be an area with trees. But yeah, central-ish British Columbia has desert throughout it. People always seem surprised by that, but so I went down the dirt road. My little car can handle quite a bit. You wouldn't think so to look at it as I showed earlier, but it really can do some minor off-roading. Minor off-roading, mind you. So I found a little intersection area actually that just so happened to have a fire pit built up in it. So that was good enough for me, and I decided that that is where I'm stopping for the night. There is firewood galore, and I maybe went a little bit nuts because I recently bought an axe and a wedge, as well as two other saws, a pruning saw, technically, and a another pocket boy, silky pocket boy, to replace the one that I may or may not have lost. You wouldn't think so looking at it, but that car can hide kind of a lot. So at the end of this trip, I may end up with two of them, but honestly, wouldn't be the worst thing. I could gift one to someone else. They're amazing. I'm not sponsored. Obviously, I have like 75 views total or whatever, but I just love silky saws. They're the best thing ever. And yeah, so I processed all this firewood. I'm hanging out, and I'm about to have me a chill evening. It's still technically daylight out, kind of twilight-ish, but I'm gonna see how long I can make this firewood go. I know I'm showing it a lot, but I am rather proud of the work that I did. You know, when I'm traveling across a continent, I do a whole lot of sitting. For someone who's been doing virtual reality exercise literally every day, it's been odd, and my body feels different. So getting out there and doing some manual labor of all things was really good for my body and my soul. And now I'm going to enjoy the fruits of that labor and have a really nice fire for hopefully the rest of the evening. I really don't want to go out and process any more firewood as much as I was just talking that up. My hands can only handle so much. So for now, fire pit. Have me a little step two, and knitting, because it's been about 3 days since I've done any knitting on my blanket. Anyway, peace out, homies. I'm doing better. All is relatively well as can be, and I am so looking forward to being home and being able to get back to normal life. Yeah!